I'm talking about the Constitution, that 233-year-old rule book for American life and governance that is especially relevant right at this moment. Consider this. The inauguration process detailed in the 20th Amendment. The impeachment process that is described in Article 1, Sections 2 and 3. And the 2020 election results were certified by the states and counted by Congress. All of it in accordance with Article 2 and the 12th Amendment. Here's the problem. For all of its wisdom, the Constitution is in trouble for this reason. Most Americans do not know what's in it.
We the people have been talking a lot about our founding document.
This document.
Republicans and Democrats say they're protecting it.
We love the Constitution. We love America.
And President Trump referenced the Constitution no fewer than 16 times ahead of the riot at the Capitol this month, urging supporters to fight a supposedly unconstitutional election.
You're sworn to uphold our Constitution.
We are living in unprecedented times.
Jeffrey Rosen is a CBS News constitutional law expert, the person we turn to for knowledge of our nation's charter. The Constitution is a 7,500-word blueprint for America, establishing our national government, basic rights, and a process for addressing our problems, at least in theory.
The Constitution provides as many questions and answers, and it provides a forum or a platform for civil dialogue and debate so we can peacefully resolve those questions.
Rosen is also president of the National Constitution Center, where web traffic is at an all-time high, which isn't exactly a good thing.
What does it say about us as a country that at this moment in time, so many of us had to go to the National Constitution Center to refresh our memory of the document that undergirds our country?
There's no doubt that we are in a crisis of civic education. The framers knew that the consequences of constitutional ignorance and being guided by passion rather than reason were armed mobs. Well, we just saw that they were right about that.
For the land of the free. Every immigrant to this country has to pass a civics test to become a naturalized citizen. So we borrowed some basic questions from that very exam.
We've got some trivia questions. Can we ask you a few?
To get a sense of just how deep a crisis we're in.
How many people are in the House of Representatives?
I don't know. 12?
14?
The House?
No, not
for
the
the
House.
whole country?
80.
We assumed Americans by birth might do at least as well as Americans by choice. But
Can you name the 3 branches of government?
Judicial?
Yeah, that's one.
Oh, my husband's gonna kill me.
however, the vast majority of people were stumped.
Who is the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court?
Don't we have 9 of them?
We have 9 of them, and there's a chief.
I don't know.
The Chief Justice?
Yeah.
Trump.
The Chief Justice is not Trump.
Sometimes their fellow Americans tried to help.
Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. John
Roberts.
Yes, there it is. He got it. Well done.
But it was clear most people could use a refresher.
Who signs a bill into law? It's not officially a law until this person signs it.
Is, what do you call his name again? Oh, boy.
Oh, you know this.
And many of us haven't read the Constitution in years, if ever.
Ooh, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, God, probably middle school?
Never.
Never read it.
I'm sure hardly anybody read it.
And sure enough, a 2019 survey found only 4 out of every 10 Americans could pass the citizenship test.
That feels like an embarrassment to me.
You could call it a scandal. I call it actually a proxy for a larger set of problems.
Raj Vinakota runs the nonprofit that conducted that survey. The Institute for Citizens and Scholars aims to reimagine and rebuild the field of civic learning in order to reconnect America to its constitutional roots.
So you need to understand how our government works and elections and so on. But you also need to understand why we set it up that way. And if you don't understand both of those pieces, you are going to be in trouble and you can't actually function effectively in our society.
What worries me the most about constitutional ignorance is the same worry that the framers had, that without constitutional education, the republic will collapse.
And he's
love
not
that.
kidding about that. I mean,
Yeah.
we were supposed to know this thing. The good news is it is a very slim volume. It is not a big book.
Yeah.
This is how thin the Constitution is.
You can also get a little tiny one that you can carry around
You
in
can
your
put
purse.
it in your pocket.
Yep.
But there's a serious point behind this, which is, we did a poll just yesterday that found that a majority of Republicans don't think Joe Biden was legitimately elected and is a legitimate president. Well, the Constitution says otherwise. A process was followed.
Yeah.
And if you disagree with that process, there's a constitutional process for changing it 4 years from now.
Yeah.
We can't function as a democracy unless we follow the rules in this little book.
I was shocked that President Trump mentioned the Constitution 16
I
times
was
in that
too.
speech,
I
I
was
have to
too.
say.
Yeah, think
Shouldn't
about
you
that.
give the people the correct answers? I know people are watching at home because we were all playing.
You're going to put me on the spot. So that I should
No,
also
no, I'm
acknowledge-
not. No, I'm not. I just figure you must have some kind of sheet where the answers are.
Well, so
I know legislative, executive, judicial.
Every question that if people want to test themselves, and I
Yes.
took the test myself, every question is on the civics exam that citizens to the U.S., naturalized citizens take.
Okay.
There's 100 questions.
I would have liked to see you address those same questions to recent immigrants.
They would
We
all
actually-
get it.
We actually did find one,
would
but
all
she'd
get
taken the test 30 years ago and forgotten everything.
Everything.
Yeah. The only person who got all of the
That's
questions
what I
that we
wanted
asked
too,
was
yeah.
a CBS This Morning viewer who declined to be named, but we appreciate you, sir, very much.
Yeah.
And there was another young woman named Amber Abdul, also very impressive, got all but one. The only one she missed is who is her representative in Congress. That was an easy one. It was a gimme.
No, I'm amazed at how many people can't answer that question.
I know.
I love the John Roberts question to the guy who answered it as he didn't even break his
Yes,
stride.
right,
He just
yeah.
kept in and said
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Roberts.
That man
I thought
knows
that
what's
was
going
good.
on.
Yeah, he does.
I thought that was
All
a
right,
good
read the
moment.
Constitution this weekend, people.
A little homework for you all.